So Tom, often clients ask us, when in a product stage development should we be doing demand assessment research?
The idea here is to do it a few years in advance of a market event to the degree that that's possible, sometimes even closer than 1 year. We're trying to model what's going to happen based upon some change in the marketplace. That could be your product launching, or it could be a competitive threat, such as maybe some biosimilars that are coming onto the market when you have an existing product.
How does demand assessment differ from forecasting?
Well, a demand assessment is going to really be the base from which you're going to build a forecast, because to that number that is derived, either we or our clients, if they have a very well-established forecasting model, are going to apply some other dimensions to the figure, what we would call the preference share that is derived from the model. So what you're going to do is you're going to apply, in a forecast, you might apply adoption curves, you would apply financial dimensions, you would apply market sizing. You'd put that figure and you'd apply epidemiologic data or whatever to be able to bring that figure into line with how big the population is that you're going to serve with that product or service.
And so in terms of the types of demand assessment we do, I think we typically do conjoint kind of choice-based approach.
What we do is, to your point, we use, if I want to get a little technical, we use Bayesian analysis, which is really individual respondent level analysis. So we look at how each respondent comes to the stimuli, and we use what-ifs. For example, we'll come along and say, well, let's say, what if this product, let's say if it's a lipid-lowering agent, what if it reduces cholesterol or triglycerides or something like that by 15% beyond the competitor? So it does a better job by, let's say, 15%. Well, you can also change the what-if scenario to say, okay, what if it's 5% better, or what if it's 20% better? And we see what effect that actually has on the share.
What we also know is that if we present a novel, new, kind of shiny product in front of a physician, they're likely to overstate their likelihood to use it because it's new, it's different, it's exciting to them. So what we know is that we can account for that using what we call a gated approach, which calibrates the data, almost downweights the likelihood to use a product to make sure that we're not giving over-enthusiastic data back to the client. We don't always use a conjoint approach. If a product's near to launch and we know what the product's going to look like, the clinical data, then there's no need to test the differences there, and it's more about testing a fixed product profile and what the likely uptake is.
I think one of the other dimensions I kind of want to bring up is how important these studies are. The marketing team has to live with this figure, and if they meet that figure or slightly exceed that figure when the drug really comes out, or when the market force that actually occurs, they come out as heroes. And it can be really kind of a big deal if you don't reach that number. So it's really important to get that number right.
Yeah, the clients are trying to predict the future in very complicated, complex market, and it's extremely challenging. But our data just gives them a bit more of a kind of a solid platform to build off.